Hey, let's get color on the skin here. Alright, let's get that skin colored. We really want that skin not so bare like that. We want her to have some color. Give this girl some color, man. Alright. Ugh, we don't want that. We want to have it on... Well, it varies. Some people start with highlights, or some people start with the dodge tool or the burn tool. I like to do the dark areas first. That way I know where shadows go, and then what follows after a shadow is the absence of light. Now, it's on highlights. Let's put this on midtones. What you want to achieve is this. Where when you undo, it seems to like to snap back to the last layer you used. So we'll put this on midtones, and this is what you want to achieve. You want that, well, you want that peachy effect. It depends. Okay, so let's increase that size. For simplicity, we'll just begin doing it the same way we did. Now, I still have the brush layers. I still have the brush set the same I used for the hair, which has that pattern here. You don't have to use that. In fact, for skin, you don't need that. You don't need that pattern at all. It's looking a little too bright for skin coloring, which is true. We don't want it to be that bright. But for this tutorial, we'll just make it so. Even though you can hardly see the ears, you want to still shade the ears anyway. Just so you know it's there, in case you ever need to turn it off. That makes it a little bit easier, but you should know what you're shading if you have an idea of how your coloring is coming out. Traditionally, I have to do it that way. That might be a little too orange for her, but that's fine. Okay, so... we'll put this on highlights, and it's going to do that. Only a few things you want to do with having it on highlights. Highlights will make it dark. So the opposite of a highlight for this would be a non-highlight, because it's not making it bright. I have it set to burn tool, just so you're knowing. Just so you're wondering, that's how we're doing this. We'll add some shading. So, yeah. Oop. So eyes run, eyes. Carve some of the background. This is the background layer, so... Alright, so we're increasing the brush size to 100. Bear with me here. We'll put this back on midtones. So, what's it? Oh, wrong layer. Lock it, put coloring. See? It was on the wrong layer. Do that. Ugh, it really does come out too orangey. There's a way to change that up. Oops, excuse me. Alright, I guess that looks good. I'm seriously getting a little bothered by the orange. Alright. Okay, that would be a common problem. How would you change this up? How would you get rid of this darn orange effect? There's a variety of ways to do this. Let's try this with variations. This is something I would always do in Photoshop 7. It's a good thing to have. Alright. So here... Let's turn off show clipping, by the way. I like to normally put this all the way on coarse, just so I have a good extreme comparison. You just want to compare this window with this window. The reason for this is, let's see, you want to have all kinds of references to us how it's going to look. Unfortunately, that's not the case for her. Does it look a little too orange? That's how you would change the shading, but that will apply for the whole coloring. So let's see, let's do this. maybe you can try recoloring. Nope. That's back to highlights. No, maybe it's a little too orange. Alright. Well, we'll keep it so we can move on. We'll keep it the way it is, so let's press on. Back to the hair layer, doing it this way. Okay. Well, let's give her a nice jewel. Let's make it, what color can we give it? Let's do blue. We'll do another blue, but this shade of blue. We don't need to give it its own layer. In fact, let's put it on the hair layer since there's nothing in the hair layer touching this. So that reminds me, I should teach you how to do a paintbrush effect. Like this. We'll talk about that in another tutorial. Alright. If you want to mimic Painter a little bit, that's how you would do it. Okay, I think we're good for here. Let's give her some earrings. In fact, I like that shade of blue. What was that blue I used? That is Delphia Skin. Yeah, Delphia Skin. That's her shade. When you're using a textured kind of brush like this, if you lower it, it'll look like it's a normal shade of... It looks like you're using the normal round tool. Or not. So... Ooh, I am on the hair layer. So... I am on the hair layer. Let's make a new layer and call it... Ooh. How did I do that? Okay, on the hair layer, let's... No, we're making a new layer, and let's just call it ETC. We'll just call it etc. Let's put this behind the hair layer, which adds a little bit more realism. So, in case you made the hair even more detailed than how I have it now, it won't stick out. So you will kind of see it, but kind of not. Alright, and let's give a traditional yellow for the last part of the earrings. Now, funnily enough, let's go back to the hair layer and remove this. Remove this. Because it is sticking out in front. Think about your foregrounds as well. So, back to the hair layer. No, don't ruin that nice shade of hair. Don't worry, it's just on the earring. It looks good. I know, but just don't. I'm sorry, I'm talking to myself as usual. I am pretty much talking to myself right now. So, coloring here, going back to the etc. Keep in mind I still have it at set to opacity. So, or other dynamics is on, but that's okay. So, let's go back to the burn tool. No, burn tool. It's O, by the way. We're on etc. There's a variety of effects you can do here. You can give it a shine effect like this. Okay, we're just calling on along the inside of it, like that. The exposure is at 25, so it's nothing fantastic. In fact, to really achieve this effect, we don't want it on highlights. You actually want it on shadows. Okay, it looks good. Here. And she's got cool earrings and long, pointy ears. Okay.